Welcome, everyone, to Election Night 2016 on the Nothing Sacred Election
And
Show.
don't forget the anniversary night as well.
What? Oh, yeah, that's shit happening, too. 1 year ago, we started this, and 1 year later, we're doing this on Election Night. I am Cruise Control.
And I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And this is the Nothing Sacred Show for the 8th of November 2016, which is election night.
Yes.
And it's about 8 p.m. Oregon time, which means a lot of shit is closed and a lot of shit's going down. And, well, first of all,
we should try
I got
to stay on
a big
for
news.
at least an hour, man, so we can at least see,
We'll stay on.
the East Coast.
We'll see how long we're staying on. But let's get a little update. The big news is we are going to have a new president.
Oh, really?
Well, listen to
You don't
this.
say.
Donald Trump wins Florida and Ohio. Hillary
Yep.
Clinton takes California. So right now, the electoral vote is 190 Clinton, 201 Trump. So it's not
Trump
over.
is ahead. It was at 270 to win, right?
270 to win. So it's like a goddamn sports broadcast.
It's funny as fuck though, dude, because I haven't really followed the shit. I really didn't watch the debates, nothing, because I wasn't voting. So what the fuck did I care? And just today, man, I'm kind of like, now the curiosity kicks in, but the curiosity kicks in because I want to see if I was right, which I seem to be. And I knew it. Trump's probably going to take it, dude.
Well, we'll see. It's 201 and 190 now. Now Clinton just won. Clinton wins California, Washington, Hawaii. Trump wins Florida and Idaho. Florida is a huge.
Hey, look at I was looking at Michigan too, and if what it looked like Trump was ahead in Michigan.
and he wasn't supposed to be. See, all this media thing said that Clinton had way ahead. See, now they're saying Clinton wins California. So right now, we've got a 171 to 190. See, now they're saying see CNN. Here's the interesting thing. See, Fox, of course, has Trump at 201 to 190. Clinton is not giving, or CNN's not giving Trump certain things.
Really?
So it looks like Clinton's ahead 190 to 171.
They didn't update it, huh?
Yeah, so they're not giving Florida and Ohio to Trump, or they're not giving. Are they giving Ohio? Yeah, Ohio went to Trump, and Ohio is a huge state. So, yeah. See, I want to talk about something here, and this is like the way I've felt all day. I've had like a really like sick, nauseous feeling all day about this.
Really?
Just because of the whole idea of who we're choosing choosing between.
Right.
And just the whole. Let me do something here real quick. I'm gonna shut my window because I'm shouting right out of it.
Close your window and eat your salad, man.
Yes, which will be coming up. That's something that we can talk about. But anyway, so I've been just because it's just our country is so fucked, man, and it just seems like our way of life is just coming to an end soon, man.
Well, it's fucked or fucked. Either way, we are fucked. That's a given.
Now, so this whole day just been like, and I went and watched. It was funny. I went and watched Doctor Strange, which is a Marvel movie.
Uh-huh.
A superhero movie.
Right.
And I watched Doctor Strange today on the strange day. So it's been a strange day all along, just because. It's because this is it's just monumental, and it's monumental in not a good way, man. I mean, because Clinton reminds me would be like the evil empire, like the emperor from Star Wars.
Right.
Like, we have to continue. Now, Trump is almost like the goddamn, like, Bozo the Clown, like, hey, we're going to fucking, let's fucking build a wall, man, a big fucking wall, and we're going to push them all out. Going to be real fucking
he seems like the drunk guy at the bar that just, I'll tell you what I do.
My brother said he's a 70-year-old Stifler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stifler for like, hey, fuck you from American Pie. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like just a jockey stupid kind of fucking asshole, but, but get shit done, knows people, blah, blah, blah. Who fucking knows how it's going to go? If he does win, fuck, man. I mean, it's definitely not going to be a blowout. There's no question about that. That's, he might actually, you think he's going to win, though. See, because
I've thought for the longest that he's going to win, even before the election even started. I'm like, man, he's going to win this shit. Because that's how they have it planned out, dude. It's a stage play. It's set up that way. That's part of the script. That's how they've written it in. So I kind of figure, because if you follow the patterns, it's always been pretty much two-term Democrat, two-term Republican, two-term Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the what they've been on, the rhythm that they've had. So I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I just kind of figured that's where it was.
And there's an update on Yahoo. We're at 197 and 201. So
Hillary's getting closer.
So that's the one thing that's happening tonight is that it is election night.
Gangbanger day, man.
Now
you're
right.
Crippin'?
Republican. I liked your post on that, by the way.
Republican and Democrats.
Yeah. And this is the first year because I usually follow this shit a lot. Usually I'm on the TV and I tell you what's going on. Well, but I didn't follow shit this year because I just was disgusted with the whole thing. So now I'm like all into it tonight just because it's a president and.
Yeah, you're just curious. You're like, well, who is going to fuck this country up? You know it's going to get fucked up, but you wonder who's going to do the fucking up.
Yeah, and there's some fucking up going on. I mean, Trump looks like he's going to win. A lot of. I mean, it's definitely not going to be any kind of blowout because people were projecting Hillary to win handily and easily.
No, matter of fact, I even saw a dude today on Facebook post, "Hey, it's Women President Day," and I'm like, I don't think so, homie.
See, that's another thing. That's one thing I want to talk about. That whole idea, like, yay, she's a woman president. Look how corrupt and she might be impeached. She's going to be the worst fucking example of a woman president that we could have.
Well, that's
awful. But see, that just proves my point, that it doesn't matter. The gender politics and the identity politics is all crap. Yay, she's a winner. She's a winner, and we win. Now World War III comes along because she's a warmonger and she's going to make a shit ton of money off war. Oh, she's a woman. Yeah, she has the different way of knowing. No, she's simply just a human being with power and corrupted by power. Flat out simple. Just like every other human being who ever has power and been corrupted by power. No different.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
She's a woman. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Wonderful.
Well, this was a dude who posted this too.
Of course, man, because that's the pandering thing too. Like, oh yeah, a woman, yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Right on, baby.
If it were a woman who I respected, I would be like, yeah, great, woman president, cool. But I wouldn't really care. I'd like it more because they're respected and they're someone I wanted to win.
Right.
But my goodness, this woman, she's just awful. You can just see it. You just feel it emanating from her. This awfulness, man.
No, she's an evil fucking.
You can just tell.
Demon, man.
And that's why people just don't give a fuck. They're like, fuck it, and that's why Trump is like, hey, at least, we don't, because the thing about Trump is all the shit that he's been accused of has happened on this last month, right? It's all been thrown out because they're throwing the kitchen sink at him, desperate to try to break up the establishment because they have no idea what he's going to do. See, that scares them because he's the loose cannon or the wild card.
Well, and two, it's because and they've done that all throughout the campaign, though. They played clips of him going, fuck this and fuck that. They had one that was like laced with all this profanity and shit.
No one gives a shit because they're like, we don't care. He says profanity and made a grab by the pussy joke. Clinton just willfully kills people in different countries without any issue. Oh, who's worse? Oh, the guy who says some fucking jokes in the privacy of his own conversations and curses and says shit like he means it, or then hurts people's feelings, or the person who kills people in Syria and other countries.
Well, and that shows you how fucked up our value system is, because we're more on this, oh, my feelings are hurt. That's the worst thing that could happen. Fuck the people he killed.
He's uncivil. It's uncivil.
Yeah, exactly. Barbaric,
Oh, it's so barbaric what he said. But it's not barbaric to kill people, but it's
That's
barbaric.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, it's barbaric to fucking. We're jacked, man, and so. This is the first sign, and the thing is, we have no idea what he's going to do. See, we know exactly what Clinton's going to do. We know exactly what kind of president she would be. Corruption, status quo, pockets being filled, freedoms are slowly eroded and taken away in terms of freedom of speech and other things, because, like, you have to address certain people the way they want you to. Like, that's a new rule in Canada that they're having that's harassment now or hate speech if you don't address like transgenders by Z or za or pe or whatever the fucking pronoun they want you to call them, because that's not freedom of speech. You shouldn't be forced to call anybody anything.
No, that's not free speech at all.
No, but they're saying, but my feelings and you're oppressing me. No, I'm not. I'm just not regarding you or addressing you the way you'd like me to. That's not oppression. That's my right to not address you. I could address you as fuckface if I wanted to.
Right.
Nothing you can do about it. That's not even libel or any slander. It's just calling you a name. Hey, fuckface, what's up? You can't call me that. Yeah, I can. You need to address me and treat me. It's your respect. Well, anyway, but the point is, Clinton's in that camp. She is that kind of regressive. She is that feminist that will put more laws to protect women, when it really is basically women don't lack any rights whatsoever in this country at all.
No,
They
hell
have
no.
more in some ways. So the point is that she's going to keep going with that. And it's just an awful, awful idea. But then Trump, he's going to embarrass the fuck out of us as a country in a lot of ways, going to foreign dignitaries and shit and saying, oh, it's huge, bigly, bigly, bigly. It's a bigly thing, you know, like he's just a fucking total clown. And we have no idea. But then again, maybe he'll be the clown that shakes shit up enough that
where something gets done.
Something gets done, and things just break up, and things starts changing. Like maybe he's the kind of clown that just causes such chaos that our country just collapses in front of us. Because I could see it happening soon.
Well, you've said it before, where he's the napalm that we need to burn that bridge or something like that. Or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, she's the rot that's continuing to rot the bridge, and we're all standing on that bridge, and then we're adding more rot by electing her.
Yep.
While with Trump, it's like, oh shit, Trump, get off the bridge. So he's going to burn it. You know?
I'll tell you, the thing that scares me about Trump is, how they keep saying, oh, big corporations, big money controls the government. So he is that big money. Mm-hmm. He is that big. So it's almost like that's it now infiltrated the government for real.
Well, yeah. Well, but then again, it's also funny because he says, yes, I have taken advantage of all these loopholes and stuff in the past. So that's how I know they're there, and that's why I want to change them. So I don't even fucking know. He just admits to like being corrupt, but he's like, yeah, I'm corrupt because the system's corrupt, but I'm going to get in the White House to change that corruption.
Well,
Who fucking knows, man?
The one thing I'll give him, at least he's honest about his corruption. Hillary will try to lie and say, oh, I've never said that shit.
Yeah, Hillary's awful. And then you hear about, there's some leaks about emails where CNN actually gave the Clinton camp the questions they were going to ask at the town hall so that she could prep for the questions before.
Study and, oh, wow.
That's CNN. This is not like this is the people that actually ran the debate. So it's all, that's why they're so panicked, because she represents all their best interests. She represents the media conglomerates, the big media, who is just going to tell us how awful Trump is for saying some shit and pull all this stuff, even though it's interesting to note that, like I said, all this stuff came out in October of 2016. The guy's 70 years old. Where was this shit earlier?
Hey, what was the thing about his son, too? About his son did some kind of selfie shit or something?
It was something stupid where he was insensitive to something dumb. See, it's all about hurting people's feelings, because we're all fucked, man. We're all about feelings, man.
They cater to that. Oh, you said something mean. You shouldn't talk like that.
Pretty much.
So, but speaking of saying mean shit, here we are, man. A year later, nothing fucking sacred.
And that's the thing. Yeah, isn't it funny that the anniversary of our show
happens to be election night,
election day, and I'm going to say the title of our show now because I already have it. Because the first anniversary show trumped by election. Period. Oh. Hilarious.
Nice.
Hilarious.
So,
H-I-L-A-R.
You included everybody, didn't you?
Yes.
Right on.
Hilarious dash us.
So, we've dude, we've had a wild year of pretty dope interviews.
Consistent. Yeah,
we've had some pretty awesome subject matter.
We've got 3 more listeners since we had last year, so it's pretty
I know, it's getting dope. Maybe next year we'll get like 4.
Yeah, maybe we'll have up to 50. Maybe we'll cross the 50 threshold for our fans on STEM Radio.
Blowing up in the give. But you know what? It's that thing that I'm glad we were able to do it. When I left All Talk, around this time, I was like, oh man, it's never going to be like it was, dude. Mm-hmm. We're still doing it, and we're still in there, and
it's better in a way because it's more balanced, and there's more stuff that we talk about, and it allows us both to be on the shows too, and
yeah. Well, and we both have equal say of the show too.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
So that's the cool thing.
So it's been crazy though. And just think about last year. We probably mentioned Trump last year as some kind of oddity because at that point I didn't think he'd be the fucking candidate. I was like, shit, no, they're gonna pick somebody.
So you thought he was gonna drop out or something?
I thought he'd lose steam and get creamed, and he's just Teflon. No one, all the shit he says, everything that happened. Nope, he's still here. So it's like, okay, and now he's fucking winning in the Electoral College, which is crazy.
Yeah, well,
it's pretty amazing.
Well, and then we had the, because there was last year, what was it, Ted Cruz and all those other fuckers, were in there yet. So, yeah, man, I guess him and Billary stood a test of time there, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, and all the shit that he said, it's just kind of amazing. Trump at 216, Clinton at 197. So Donald Trump, and the funny thing is, The Simpsons made an episode about him being president before. Like people have joked about him being president. Donald Trump president. Well,
this shit is a reality
he's fucking
now.
54 points away from being the president of the fucking United States. Donald Trump, you're fired apprentice guy, dude.
Yeah.
That is how far our country has just fucking batshit crazy, dude.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and the people that used to love him and say he was so great because he was rich and all that shit now hate his ass, and so
it's insanity, man.
Well,
seriously, dude, if you think about it, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you're just like, is it real? Is it we dreaming this shit? Like, maybe you're gonna wake up and be like, dude, I had this fucking crazy dream, man. Donald Trump actually won the presidency.
No, it's not. It's gonna, and he's gonna have it. Think about his inauguration speech. How fucking awful it's gonna be. And I'm gonna do the biggly boobly, baba da boo, and just the way he speaks is just so non-presidential. And maybe that's what we need, though. Maybe we just need somebody just not. Maybe that's what people.
Well, that's it. The politician shit. Nobody can trust the fucking.
No,
lying politician.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Flirpy dippy.
Yes, and here's what I plan to do once I'm in office. And it's like, oh yeah, Barack, you ruined that one, fucker.
Yeah. And then Barack like, oh, well, I'm now not for gay marriage. I am for gay marriage. Hey,
and the best part of this whole thing is, after all, when the votes are all counted, Trump is gonna shake Hillary's hand or hug Hillary or something, and they're all buddies, man.
I don't know about
That's what's sick.
I don't know about that. I almost just want to see her face though, because I can't stand that woman. God, man, I can't stand her, dude. She just radiates awfulness to me. That's why I'm like, if I did vote, it'd be for Trump, and it's not because I love Trump. It's just because it's just. At least I know the country's fucked, like I said. So like you said before, the napalm and the match and striking it. Let's see this shit fly. At least it's better to burn out than to fade away, as the old saying goes.
Yeah, exactly. So we would just fade away if we had Hillary.
Hillary would just
for the same
slowly
shit.
More eroding, more rot. This is going to be a straight up grenade to the throat of our country. Like, bah!
Well, sometimes that's what you got to do, man. You got to just rip the Band-Aid off. Fuck this slow pulling it off.
Yeah, and we just
like, fuck it, bleed.
And bleed and chaos. And the Republicans have taken both the House and the Senate. So they have the House and Senate. And they may have the presidency. From what the maps look like now, it looks like Trump's going to win, but it's so close still. I mean,
wow,
it's
well,
pretty insane, man. So and then after a year, we didn't talk about it. It's just a crazy. It's an interesting year. I think I've grown. I turned a corner this year in certain things in my life, dude. Over the last 12 months. So what do you think about the last year, man? Since we'll have our New Year's show, of course, about 2016.
About the year 2000. But as far as the shows, I think we've had solid shows each time. It's not like, oh well, that one was okay. I think we were, because it's not being done every night, and I do like this fucking. That it doesn't run live, because if we don't get a person on, it's not the end of the fucking world.
No, and also it's just allows us to get it done and do it at our own time, our own leisure. We know if there's any technical fuck ups, then we can do it over again, or we can figure something out. So it's just better in terms of relaxing, man. We just get to do our own shit, and it's free. Let's be honest, man. It's fucking.
Well, and you look forward to it every time. It's not like...
Yeah, it's like, doing our show. That's why sometimes I was like, do I want to do support? But I'm like, I could not do support. What about another regular show? Dude, let's do a regular show.
Yeah, it seemed like we'd do that more than we would the support stuff. Because support's a little more work, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit more work, and this is us just ranting and raving like about this. And I don't know how many shows we've done, but... And I don't even know what the first show... We'll have to go back and find out what the first show was.
I actually listened to a little bit of the first show.
Okay, so what were we talking about again?
Well, we were talking about me leaving All Talk, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about college campuses and safe spaces. A lot of the shit that we kind of go back to
about. That's
a lot.
gotten worse and worse over the year. The last year's gotten so much worse in that way, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it's falling apart in front of us, and it's falling apart faster and faster, so...
I wish we could offend more people. It seems like we've only offended one person, unfortunately.
But he's been offended almost the whole time. So he
still continues to watch too. So I mean, what the fuck?
It's great. Keep on rocking. If you're gonna, because obviously there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, if you really hated the show, you wouldn't watch it.
Or wouldn't pay attention to everything and then comment on shit that's halfway through it. Like, it's like if you were just listening for the first 5 minutes and commenting on shit we said at the beginning, that'd be one thing. But when you're all bitching about shit we say a half an hour to 45 minutes into this motherfucker, then hey, we got a fan, motherfucker.
Exactly. You actually sat and watched the whole show. You didn't just hear the first 5 minutes.
So at least, and it's always good to have at least one troll. Then we've got our super fans like James and Crystal. Shout out to our fans, our groups.
Yeah,
Not fans like the fangirl, but just I guess they are fans, man. They like our shit,
They love it. I mean, they keep telling us, keep doing them. And then Jed too. I think Jed still listens.
Right on, Jed, man. Thank you for your support as well.
Oh yeah, and other people that we don't know. I think I've gotten a few YouTube ads, and you know what I have been getting a lot of more of people following me on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Which is strange because, like I said, I rarely, if ever, go on Twitter.
Yeah, and you've also evolved. You evolved yourself by incorporating your rants on your iPad, which are pretty popular.
Oh yeah, on the Facebook. That's cool.
You get a couple people listening.
Yeah,
you get a couple people going on there sometimes that you interact with, right?
Oh yeah. People will pop in and they'll comment
with your big fucking scary face on the screen. Half the time it's just the top of your head or the side of your face or something.
Hey man, well, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
it works.
nothing major. I don't think there's really been any like eventful shit that's happened really during the show this year, huh?
In terms of like eventful stuff during the show.
Yeah, just stuff that's happened during the show. Because it when I did STEM radio, there was a lot of shit that would happen. Things would break, or somebody wouldn't call in, or
we don't have that because we're not live, like you said, and what we're using, the technology is so bare bones. I mean, we have our issues like our little sound issue, but we can work around that, and it doesn't really affect anything on our show.
Right. Nobody really notices that. Only us, So, and I like the cool little titles you slap at the end of each show. Mm-hmm. When you give it a little name.
Yeah, like the one I came up with tonight, which is going to be that's the first one I'm giving away on the show. So,
all right,
that's our anniversary, but it's trumped by the election. That's hilarious. Hey, aren't I good, man? I'm goodly like that.
That is goodly. I do have a rant though.
Okay.
I have a few little rants.
All right, go for it, man.
Just two. But the first one, okay, talk about politics. This is why I hate politics in any capacity, because. All right, and I might even say these fuckers' names, dude, because this is my Toastmaster group that I'm in now. Mm-hmm. And, here it was. I joined another Toastmaster group because, the other one was, they were very unprofessional and very, unprepared and just, would change things at the last minute or, just not really up on that.
Okay, so let's stop for a second. Now, which one is this? The Wednesday night one that you changed?
No, I used to go to Monday nights. That was my first one.
So you've only gone to two. So the second one, the one that's more casual and fun, that's the one you're going to now.
Right, that's the Wednesday night one.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I had that little issue the one time when they changed the venue or the location of where we're going to have the meeting.
Yeah.
And you remember that story where I got there and nobody was fucking there.
That was an episode about a month and a half ago or so.
Right, and the president, I call him and I'm like, hey, dude, what the fuck? Nobody's here. And he's like, oh, man, I'm on my way down. And, and he was very casual about the whole thing. And I'm just like, dude, I'm showing up here. I got to, the bus won't drop me off in front of the fucking bar. So I have to have the driver walk me in. And then I don't see anybody. And I'm looking like a complete ass pizza. Plus, I had a friend come and check it out for the first time because I told him I think he'd really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm trying to make you guys look good. And you look like a bunch of clowns. And you're getting mad at me. Because I'm checking you on it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was his name is Mo. He's the president. Maurice, actually, is what his name is, but Mo for short.
Gotcha.
Well, then there's this guy named Richard, who is the vice president. And this is what fucking pissed me. There's something Richard did. So they're having a thing this Saturday called a speechathon. And he's like, it's just going to be speeches. It's not going to be a meeting. It's going to be straight speeches the whole way through. So I'm like, cool, nigga. I want to, I actually have a very kick-ass speech that I want to do. And it's going to be about Braille and why my spelling's bad and I'm going to talk about how Braille handicaps people a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where they think it helps the blind and it's great. No, thank God for Braille. But there's some negatives to Braille. And one is my bad spelling because there's been, the reason I spell so shittily, excuse me, is because a lot of Braille, grade 2 Braille especially, is contracted. So there's a lot of words they're not written out. It's like the word there is a .5 and a THE sign. They're showing possession is a 456 sign and a THE sign. So, I never learned how to spell those words out until I actually got into college when I was typing papers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. So I was going to talk about how Braille actually can handicap you a little bit, and how the mindset used to be, well, it doesn't matter because these people aren't going to be in the workplace anyway. They just, let's just give them something, throw them a bone, and so they can at least read. But, they're not going to be in the workplace and writing documents and paperwork and shit. And, now we are, So, and the speech was going to be called Braille, the Unseen Prison. So, Anyway, I thought it was a pretty kick-ass concept for a speech. So, I saw him 2 weeks ago at the Toastmaster thing after he started talking about the speechathon. And I said, hey, Richard, I want to do this speechathon, man, on Saturday. It sounds really kick-ass. I have a great speech lined up. I ran it down like I just did to you just now. And he's like, oh, that sounds good. Okay, yeah, definitely. So then I see him last week, and I'm like, hey, man, so, how do I get into the speechathon? What do I do? Do I have to sign up? Do I have to? And he's like, oh, no, man, I already got you down. You're in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, dope. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, dude. My iPad is talking to me. All right. Hopefully that will stop it. Anyway, so now he sends out the agenda last night for this speechathon. And first of all, it looks like a meeting. There's called Sergeant Arms. Then the president stands up there for fucking 15 minutes and talks his stupid shit, which is Mo. And he gets up there and he talks his dumb shit, for, 15 minutes or whatever he does. And, yeah, dude, then it was going to be evaluators. So it was this whole thing, and there were only like 4 or 5 speakers. So, and this thing's supposed to go for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, guess what? I don't see my name on the fucking agenda. And I see names of people that speak at every fucking meeting. Mo being one, Richard being one, this other chick, this Australian chick who comes to the group, and who's just really fucking annoying.
Sort of like your iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to fuck with you on that because you had to kick that.
Hey, it's all good,
turn that shit off before the show starts, Brinkle.
Well, you'd think it normally doesn't start chattering.
I just gotta fuck with you. You know I have to fuck with you about it, dude.
Oh, of course, because it's a I'm like, God damn, will you shut your ass up, you fucking But anyway, yeah. So basically, it's like people that get speech time all the time are now speaking at this shit. And I'm going, okay, this is some bullshit. This is some political bullshit. So I texted him, and I'm like, hey, Richard, I thought you said that, I was going to be on the, that you had me down for the speechathon, and I don't see my name. So he texts me back and says, let me shuffle some things around. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Well, today's tomorrow, and didn't hear a fucking thing. So, I wonder how this is going to play out. But it pisses me off because, like I said, I already had one run-in with the president. Now it's probably going to be the vice president, and I'm just going to be like, dude, you fucking lied to me. You told me I was down and I was good, and you were I didn't have to do anything, and then you turn the fuck around and you put all your buddies on the goddamn.
Yeah, because it's the same people that always speak, and probably no new speakers, right? And probably the same old shit.
Well, there's one woman I don't even fucking know, and I don't know if she's a member and just doesn't come often, or if she's with another Toastmaster group, or what her deal is. What you laughing at, man? Yeah,
I can just tell you in the background going, what the fucking thing deal is? God damn it!
You know me in technology. I'm like,
machines against humanity.
Dimby.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking swallow dicks, which rhymes with politics, and I'm not about to do either. So I'm not going to kiss their ass so I get in their good favor. But it's shit like that, dude, that just I'm like thinking, okay, you know what? When my fucking thing comes to an end, when my dues are over, that's it, dude. I'm done with fucking Toastmasters, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Here it was. Everybody talks it up, and Toastmasters, it's great. Hey, I've been in 2 groups, and they've both been bullshit.
Yeah, and they both. So now you're just like fuck Toastmasters, right? Completely, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And it's just these, sorry, but a lot of them are rich white people that have way too much money. And just wait, hold on. There you go. Shut the fuck up. I finally shut it down.
It's all good, man. No, but what I was doing, I was looking up the Nevada law. I wonder if that's going to pass or not. Legalizing weed.
That's that. Yeah, I'd be interested to know about that.
Because Kraken just called me on the phone, so I didn't answer, but he called me, so because he didn't know we're doing this. Let's see. Nevada and California passes, and the other four states are still up in the air. So.
Oh shit. Okay, so we're not going to know till 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever, huh?
Something similar, something like that. So probably not till later on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that might be going down too. That might be something in Vegas. You might be seeing a lot more dispensaries around. People going,
yeah. I might be like, hey, dude, I'm gonna get up to the dispensary. Get yourself a little container.
You can't do that, man.
Actually, yeah. I wonder about that though, dude. Being that the casinos have the strongholds on this motherfucker. They want people to go out and gamble and do dumb things. So alcohol inhibits that. It usually causes that. Whereas opposed to marijuana would inhibit it. So that's why I think they've always kind of had the stronghold on that shit.
Yeah, so because so that's they probably do, and they'll probably make it'll be taxed to shit like ours is in Oregon, which is fine. So now they've got 216 to 197 at CNN.
That's about what it was last time when you checked, I think.
232 to 209 now on Yahoo, and 238 to 209 on Fox News. So I'm
say goodnight, Billary. I think Hillary's done, dude.
Maybe. Who knows? She could crawl back because California's. I think she's done too. California's the big state. She got that.
Yeah.
Yet she's still behind. She's still behind. There's a couple of things. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Hey, man. I just realized something.
What's that?
I said people's names earlier. Do you think you could edit this, dude, before you put it up?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that later on, dude. Maybe I'll have second thoughts later. I want to just not do the whole thing at all and just take it all down.
Why don't you just send me just send me this whole thing, dude. I want to prove it first before you put it up.
You had to mention something during the show, fuckface. I'm going to edit this now.
I didn't say any names.
I'm going to edit this now, dude, so that we don't have that in there because I don't want to have it in
cut
there.
That. Yeah, do that too, man. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. God damn it.
Anyways, you'll get the joke at some point, maybe.
Well, some may never because they don't know what's going on. This is kind of just between you and me.
Absolutely. And probably this because the only people that will listen is just you. And I won't. Because I won't listen. I don't listen to shit. I don't listen to shit. That's the funny thing. I haven't listened to any of the shows, dude.
Oh, really?
I don't listen to the shows, man. I do them and I get done with them. And then I'm like, okay. And, I'm done with it.
Okay, now I will say this. I'm not as religious about listening to them like I used to be. Remember, I used to try to hear all my archives. Mm-hmm. But I think at some point I realized, it's probably just the same shit. So there are some that I don't listen to, but there are some that I'm just like, oh, man, I want to hear us. Like the one we did, the collapse of our society, or front row seats to the collapse of our society. Mm-hmm. When we were talking about Black Lives Matter and all that shit. And so, dude, I that was a good one because it was we were pretty fired up.
Yeah, and I want to do a show Saturday afternoon, but then Friday afternoon, you're gonna look and see the agenda, and you're not gonna be on it.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be so pissed. You know what? Fuck, man. That's yeah. I don't know. What do you think about that? I'm upset because if he would have been straight up with me and been like, well, usually if you're new to the group, we don't let you participate in that stuff right away. If you laid it out for me, then I'd be a little more understanding.
Well, I mean, if someone, if you would have said, hey, I don't know if I can get you on, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Right, exactly. Like, if he was but being that he was like totally affirmative and, oh man, well, don't worry, man, you're in there. I mean, the way he said it, that was his exact words verbatim, oh, dude, you're in there, totally. I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, now you're looking at that, and he's like, oh, I slipped my mind. Well, then why did you say I was in there totally if it slipped your mind? Because obviously you didn't have it set if you did.
Exactly. And where did you confirm up with these other motherfuckers that they want to speak? So maybe I'm not missing some protocol. I'm missing some protocol like, oh, well, if you want to do a speech, you have to submit it to him, and he has to approve it, or something like that. But God, man, it's like more political. Everything you do, it's just politics, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah,
And dude, I gotta say, politics ruins things, not builds them up.
No, because it's all about like who you know and who you align with, and not about who can do the best job or who's there to do a good speech.
Exactly. I mean,
you get. Isn't it interesting that this awesome a-thon, whatever, speech-a-thon, two of the people that are doing speeches are fucking the vice president and the president?
Yeah,
that's really speeches. Diversifying your group there, being a leader.
Yeah, exactly. You guys
get to do your speeches on the great speech-a-thon. Awesome. So, so 5 speeches, and 2 of them are taken up by the vice president and the president.
And the rest of it's all meeting shit, where Sergeant at Arms call to order, then the president comes up for his 15 minutes of bullshit.
And then he gets another speech after that. So he just gets to hear himself fucking talk. Stroke his own ego dick,
That's what it is. And I think those 2 fuckers, because they're like bosom buddies, dude, Mo and Richard. So when they're, like if I've been there late before, waiting on paratransit, they're still there kicking it, man. They're just like hanging out and talking and joking with each other and all this other bullshit. And it's just like, oh yeah, man, you guys, so it's their little regime. And actually, dude, I did talk to another person who doesn't come that often, but we did exchange information. Mm-hmm. So I called her today, and I was talking to her for a long time, and she was saying kind of the same shit, that these motherfuckers, they because I wanted to ask her why she doesn't always come, and I said, is it the politics that keeps you away? Now she said work and some other things, but then when I mentioned the politics, she opened right the fuck up and was like, yeah, that's a big part of it too. And I'm like,
I kind of it's like, this is like, let's start a group so we can just be like the guys in the group.
Yeah.
And then the speeches, we'll let 2 or 3 other people do speeches, but 40% of the speeches at the speech-a-thon are going to be us. Yeah, because that's fucking awesome. That's leadership right
exactly.
There.
Oh, and the one thing that annoys me about the Australian chick is, dude, every speech is about how she lived with this Aborigine tribe and how evil and mean the white people were to them. It's one of these.
Of course. It's not. See, here's the trick to that. You know what that's about, right?
Oh, feel ashamed you're white. Look what you horrible people do.
Horrible people do, but look how much power you horrible people have over these defenseless, inferior Aborigines. Because you're white, you should be taking care of these fucking Aborigines because you're better than they are. See, that's what people don't get. The whole white privilege, all that shit, that's just trying to acknowledge, yes, white people are better. We're just better than you. We are. That's why we have to take care of you and watch over you and make sure we don't hurt you, because we're just so much more powerful and more awesome and more intelligent and just better people. Less savage than you blackies and you darkies and you
That's
bratties.
Right. If it wasn't for us, you guys would have destroyed this place long ago. I mean, you need order to your chaos.
Yes, because white people oppress you because evil white people are much more powerful and smarter than smart and good black people. And
and all her stories are about how she was living with them and how what wonderful people they were, and and it's like,
they're wonderful people, and it has nothing to do with their skin color, so therefore you should think that way about everybody.
Right. So does that mean that all the white people in this Toastmaster group aren't the equivalent to the Aborigines you live with?
And I wonder how those Aborigines, do they do any self-mutilation? Do they do any circumcision? Do they do any fucking binding of their female folk?
Oh, yeah. She didn't talk about that.
Aborigines, I'm sure they're so amazing at how egalitarian they are, and wonder what they do with gay people. Are they really open and loving toward homosexuals? Does cluck cluck blook and glong ding do? When they get together and fuck behind the barn and the chieftain catches them, do they go, oh my god, celebrate, or do they fucking chain them to a wall and then fucking shoot them with arrows?
Exactly.
Like cut off their cocks and shove them in each other's assholes.
You faggot.
Yeah.
You fucking queer.
Seriously, what do they do? Do they love it? Is it all just so progressive and loving? And do they have quotas and stuff and affirmative action in their Aboriginal tribe? And I'm sure it's all just lovely, and I'm sure believing in the fucking goat lord, of course,
Hey now, goddammit!
Believing in a fucking animal that chews on shit and shits all over the place, and believing it's a fucking sacred animal. I'm sure they believe the sun is a goddamn god. If they walk past their tribal boundaries, they'll fall off a fucking cliff into the abyss of the Wuku Kruku because their fucking lands are flat or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, fucking amazing.
And the gods of the winds are the ones who, sweep away their evil,
like I
or
said,
something.
it's all bullshit. It's all this self-aggrandizing. Oh, how long was she with them? For like a year? 2 years? 5 months?
Yeah, something like that. She was like living there with these people.
Oh, I'm sure she was living there, like living in with. Maybe she was. Maybe she was eating the fucking bugs and shit like that with them.
I was, ingesting her own urine and feces, and
Yeah,
just,
I'm sure she was, as she watched them bathe each other in the water, and as Dongi Long fucking pours poopy water all over Jong Fu's head, or whatever. And washes their fucking hair with the shitty water. Oh, the loving care that these people have toward each other.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
and
fantastic.
she shoot flies for dinner.
Now, here's the thing: they may, in some ways, they probably do have a simpler, more streamlined, and maybe a more honest society. Maybe they do have more fair. There's no corruption in politics, like you said, or as much. I'm sure there are, but obviously not as sophisticated as our society. So maybe I'm not going to say there's not any, balancing out there, right?
No,
there could be.
No,
I'm not going to say there's not. There's not. I'm not saying.
But it's the smug. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
that smug shit that people from other countries. And I've seen a lot, dude, especially like English motherfuckers and Scottish, they're like, oh, you Americans, you're such assholes over here.
See, the thing is, they try to distance themselves, but they're the same. They're part of the Western culture as well, so they do the same thing. They're all getting upset about America while they're talking on the cell phones and taking pictures of the Ubangis who are getting eaten by the lion. They're doing the same shit as we are. They're just
look at this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Savages fucking, but hey, we're going to talk down to you Americans. But funny enough, now, so no politics, no this, no that, but now she's part of a group, and guess what? She's part of the politics. So how good are you, really?
Now, every week, how many times do Richard and Mo, do they, Dick and Mo,
Mo Dick.
Does Mo Dick, do they speak at every fucking, Toastmasters?
Fuck yeah, dude. And then what happens is Mo comes up for 15 minutes of the president's bullshit. And dude, the last meeting, he got up there and he talked about like the culture of hip hop for like 15 minutes, which, okay, I dig it, but that should be a speech, not a fucking presidential addressing of the Toastmaster group.
He's just stroking his own dick is basically what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he's totally on his own dick. Well, here's what I think, and I don't mean to. Well, yeah, I do mean to toot my own horn. Fuck them. And I think these two motherfuckers feel a little intimidated by me, dude. Because there was one time I won. They have a thing called bedroom topics that they do in the like towards the middle of the meeting, and that's where somebody goes up and they're the bedroom master or mistress, and they just pick people at random out of the group and either ask them a question or make a statement and want them to give their thoughts on it or whatever. And usually it's something dirty, like, where was the worst place you ever had sex or something like that. So I guess I got the best bedroom topics answer in one of our meetings. And a friend of mine's been going to these meetings as a guest. He hasn't actually signed up as a Toastmaster, but he's been showing up as a guest because remember I told you I told him about it and said he's going to like it and everything. Well, I left early one time because my ride got there. Well, he calls me later and he's like, hey, man, don't tell them I told you this, but they got a surprise for you next week. And I was like, they do? Okay. So, well, what it was, and then the next week I show up and there was no surprise. Well, here's what it was. I won the bedroom topics. Like I got the most votes for my bedroom because they have everybody vote on everything. Like best speech, best bedroom topics, best this, best that. So I got best bedroom topics. Well, I think they told him don't say anything, so he assumed that they said that because they were going to surprise me with, that I won next week. But turns out they probably were like, don't tell him because, we don't want him to know that he won. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, fuck him, man. We don't like this guy because he fucking made us look bad in front of other people, made you feel guilty.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it is, dude. Because like last week, I didn't qualify because my speech was supposed to be 5 to 7 minutes, and I went over to like 9 minutes on my speech. Although that was a kick-ass speech too. But anyway, I got the most votes, but because I didn't qualify, I didn't win. So yeah, dude, I think those fuckers feel a little bit intimidated because, dude, I'm me, man. When I give speeches, it's natural for me. It's not. I don't have to write some shit and get nervous and all that stuff, man. I mean, this is what I do. You know,
you just kind of and you just memorize it, or you just memorize it while you're writing it and get it done. So you're good at it and you're natural, and maybe
I don't even write speeches, dude. I just go in there and rattle the shit off. Like,
are you getting better at the knows and the uhs and the ahs?
No, I'm still bad at
that's
that.
That's why they tell you to write it out, so you kind of memorize it a little bit before that. But yeah, I don't give a shit.
I can't do that though, man. It's too robotic.
I don't give a shit about it either way because I think a good speech can have those in there a little bit. I think that they're trying to be so. See, what they're doing is just like improv, all right? There's motherfuckers who have to have the rules, and the reason they have to have the rules because they have to have the rules because it makes them better at it, you know, and gives them a leg up. Because if they can follow some rules, you know, you asked a question. Yeah, well, my question had meaning in it and had some info in it. It was a question, yes, but it was a very good question in an improv scene. You know, I didn't ask, what's that? I said, why are you holding the fucking shit-covered banana between your teeth? You know, whatever.
Right.
You know, like, that's a good question. Like, oh, that's going to give them something. That's a gift, you know, basically. But no, you asked the question.
It's something the same that you added to it.
So Toastmasters, what they do, and this is why I've never really gotten into it, is they make up rules for speeches that if you don't follow, now obviously the and ers are going to be fucked up. But like in the last minute or so that I was doing this, I didn't say any uhs or ums. I mean, I did maybe once or twice. Maybe I say once in a while, but my speech is coherent because I'm not, you know, I'm just going off the head too. So they don't like that. They like the planned, you know, like, so you don't say because they can dock you. Oh, because they're waiting for it, man. They're waiting for you. You know.
Oh, they have an counter in the group.
They do.
You know, they always designate somebody to be the
because they
counter.
have to have the people that are going to pound. They're going to pound their ideas into it to make it suit them, so they can feel like they're really a success at something that they're maybe not that great at.
Yeah. Well, then they have a grammarian, dude. Somebody who like listens for bad grammar.
Yeah, of course, because the idea, and I understand what they're going for, but for me, the improvised speech is a little bit better. Like I'm sure they have a stutterer where, like, if I said the like I did like twice there, or not the way I speak right now, probably wouldn't cut it.
Right.
But it's the same thing with improv, man. You get those people that just want to fucking just grind it. That's why people love long form, man, because long form is kind of not easier, I guess you would say. It's not definitely not easier, but it's not as quick wit. It's not relying on talent as much and quickness. It's relying on, yeah, man, that was a great scene. You guys connected. Yeah, you talked about fruit for 20 minutes. Fucking great. You know, well, I'm just ripping off shit left and right. People are going, holy shit, how did you do that? It's like, because I'm fucking badass, and that's what I do.
Yeah, well that's it. Some people just don't get it. You know, they're just you know, oh well, yeah. And there are some people who can do a lot of uhs and you knows, but your speech is so good, you don't give a shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You're just like, oh, I didn't even hear all that.
You're drawn in by what they're saying, and the people that are actually going to notice that are the bad speech. That's the ironic thing. Is that the ones who have the bad speeches are the ones who are going to notice it because you're not focusing on what they're saying and being interested in what they're saying. You're focusing on the uhs and the ahs and the he said it's instead of apps and blots and blur, you know, whatever. So
man,
so that's one rant. And you had another one?
Yeah, I got another one real quick. It's a hiv-harmony rant.
Oh, good you boo-boo, GD.
Well, here's how dumb this shit is.
I got a song for you, dude, by the way. This is our hiv-harmony intro song.
Okay.
$150. $150. I'm a pathetic bastard and my life sucks. $150. Hey.
You know what? I'll take the dick on that one, dude. I will totally.
You're gonna take the dick on that one as long because you do. You need to because you did it. Railing against it. Railing against it, by the way.
Yes, I know, and that's what I fucking turn around and do. So you know what? I deserve every second of it, dude.
You absolutely do, and I'm gonna. You do well. You deserve 150 of those.
Yeah, exactly. 150 wet lashings.
150
well, you know,
fucking.
I'm getting a little scared now because I was reading up today, like there were some people that were writing why it's a shitty site and all this other stuff, and kind of saying a lot of the same shit I was, but like one woman said she got on and I guess she bought a cheap package. Well, then they kept charging her card. And I'm like, I'm starting to plan my escape route here. I'm like, okay.
Well, you have already gone in and canceled the service to renew, right?
You know what? I have not.
Whoa! Why? Why?
So do you think I should call them and say I'd like to cancel?
Well,
you know?
No. You can cancel at the end of your 6 months. You deserve that amount of time, but you can turn off the automatic renew. No, get that shit turned off now.
Yeah.
Turn off the automatic renew now. Get it done. You don't want anything to do with that. You get that shit. Then you can remove your credit cards from the site. They can't keep your cards on there if you don't have any renewal on there. See, right now your cards are on there and they can renew, and you can't take them off because it's automatic renew.
You know,
Believe
really
me, I know this shit about subscription service. I know this shit about prescription services, man. See, because I got some educations in this biatch.
You know what? I'm going to get the grammarian in here, man. They're gonna fucking
seriously, they do, dude. But I know about that. So get that shit, turn off the automatic renew. It's quick,
You know what I was doing? I was fucking around on the site today, but I couldn't really find... I would click on member dashboard.
They hide those, of course, because it's turning off the automatic renew. You may even have to contact them or call them and say, I'd like to cancel the service.
That's what I'm saying. And I found a phone number for them, too. And they even have websites that have, quickest back number that you could call, so you don't have to sit on hold for decks upon excruciating decks.
Yeah, because people cancel that shit all the time, because it works for 1 out of 10 people, maybe, or out of 100.
Well, here's one thing somebody was saying. And remember I was bitching that I don't get written back a lot, or if at all. And so somebody was telling me that, what they do is they keep a lot of the unsubscribed people's profiles active. And then when you match up with them, they just match you. So you think you got all these matches, and it's really fuckers that aren't really, active. They haven't been active in months. You know what I'm saying?
All shit. That's why, as a smart person, I had never gone back there after condemning it for fucking 2 years. Never gone back to that shit. I don't know anybody who would be a fucking dumbass and pathetic enough to actually condemn that shit and then have a weak moment on a rainy afternoon while you're drinking some fucking Merlot listening to fucking Tony Braxton or some shit.
Hey, we're talking Steel Reserve here, man.
Sorry. You're right. Steel Reserve, dude. I apologize. My bad.
Don't ever put Merlot on me, man.
No, come on, man. You had that wine that week, man. Remember that?
Yeah, and I punctured the bag.
Yeah, you did, but you still bought that shit and punctured the bag and cried and then and then you went and got on eHarmony and
yeah, it was yeah.
And you got your first question back. You were excited, and it's like, "How are you?"
Yeah,
that's great.
Here was the gay shit that I was getting at, though. All right, and here was okay, let's say I've sent somebody a message. All right, unless they respond back, I can't send them a follow-up message. So there was somebody who has viewed my profile twice, and I wanted to make sure it's the same name, but I was like, well, let me make sure it's not somebody else. Mm-hmm. No, it's the exact same profile. So they viewed my shit twice, and I'm like, well, are you going to send me a message or what? And I was like, fuck it, I'll send you a message. So I click on the send message thing. Well, it says her turn, so it won't let me write her a message.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wait for her to respond back if I want to write her anything.
Yep.
So,
and you're paying for this, dude.
Here's the other gay shit. Today, okay, there was somebody I messaged, I think it was yesterday or the day before or something like that. So instead of responding back to my message like a socially fucking cognizant person would do, she sends me a smile. And so I'm like, bitch, you can't respond to my shit? You got to send me a little happy? Fucking write me back.
It's flirting.
You know what that reminds me of, dude? That reminds me of like junior high when you're like, I like the girl, but I'm scared to tell her. So I'm gonna stick a note on her locker, and if she reads it, it's like going back to fucking junior high with this bullshit.
Yeah, it is. So, and I did that too with the girl, Kimberly Cox. I remember her. She was a Mormon.
No, her last name is Cox.
She was a Mormon, and I didn't realize that then that Mormons are fucking bad news, obviously.
Was this the one?
In terms of me, not for anybody else. So any of our listeners who happen to be Mormon. I don't have anything against religion, but as an atheist, even then I was like, not really.
Well, for you, yeah, in your case.
Well, I was Catholic too, so that'd be like a Mormon Catholics. Mormons hate the Catholics, I think. Or,
No, wait, is this the one that I'm thinking of?
No, fuck no. This is back in fucking junior high, dude.
Because I know there was another Kimberly you knew at one point.
Oh, that was way later.
Okay,
that was in my stupid 20s, not in my stupid early teens. But anyways, I get you, dude, with that the eHarmony shit. And the funny thing about it is those free sites that you were on, they give you so much more freedom to do it. You can actually respond to people.
Like I could do that shit on Plenty of Fish, no problem. But now I pay for it, and she sends me a smile. I can't even respond back to her because she didn't respond back to me.
It's geared to reinforce the same basic gender and dating norms that we already have. Girl responds, girl in control. You gotta wait. Next time it'll be your turn, and you'll be able to respond, and then she can respond with some bullshit. you know, a smile, like nothing. That doesn't mean any. You don't even know.
Yeah, that doesn't drive anything forward. Oh, bitch, you smiled at me. Great. Send me a fucking message. You know.
Not gonna happen, man. So.
Yeah, that's.
Send me a fucking message.
It's ridiculous. It's a waste of.
It's ridiculous. It's redonkulous, and it's about 9 o'clock, and I have to actually get up to fucking work at 5 in the morning tomorrow.
Is this? Oh shit! Is this thing gonna tell you? You still don't know, huh? You can't. Are you peeking at the election thing?
No. Well, I'm peeking. We'll get some more information before we go. I'm gonna get a last info. So okay. So
all right. Well, you do that, man. I'm gonna spit out a butt plug. I kind of forgot to do that.
Okay. So go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I got to give a shout out to Vegas Battlefield, man. And what it was is my brother wanted to show me. He wanted me to check out another shotgun, a kind of one that's a little lighter and user friendly. So he wanted me to check the shotgun out, but nobody seemed to have it. And I guess the one place where they had it for a while, he called them and he said, "Well, let me ask you this. You know, if the guy that I'm bringing, can he go in the range and try to shoot it? Just test it." And they said, "Oh no, there's liabilities with that. We can't have him shooting a gun here." Oh. So that was one place. Well, so we're talking about that in the car. And he goes, "You know what? Let me try one more place." So he calls this Vegas Battlefield. The woman answers, and he says, "Do you have the, whatever it is, the XKG fucking 12 gauge, whatever?" And she says, "No, unfortunately, we don't have it." And he goes, "Let me ask you, just out of curiosity, if someone's disabled, can they go to your shooting range?" And she goes, "Well, yeah, absolutely." And he goes, "Okay, even under the circumstance of being visually impaired or blind?" And she goes, "Sometimes they shoot better than the sighted people." And I was like, "Whoa, is there something wrong with your phone here?" I can't believe I heard that. So I got to give props. Vegas Battlefield, they are cool when it comes to blind people shooting. So
well, yeah, if you're in a range and you're in like a 1-lane range where you can't shoot outside of that range.
That's it. Well, that's the point, though. All these are like that.
Yeah, well, basically there's like walls on either side of each little fucking cubicle where you can't actually shoot even between like you won't be able to shoot someone else's target, right? Because
right, exactly. You stand there in your little lane and you shoot whatever the fuck you're shooting,
So you're gonna go shoot a test out a new shotgun, huh?
Well, yeah, but it's just funny that these other people must have thought I was going to just like twirl around with the gun in my hand and just start shooting everywhere. Where's my target? Where is it? Mm-hmm. And where, this is like, hey, these people understand, that, hey, it's a shooting range. He's just going to go in there, test the gun, maybe hit his target, maybe not, but who fucking cares? He's not going to shoot anybody. So, yeah, shouts out to Vegas Battlefield, man.
All right, well, Vegas Battlefield it is. So right now, so shout out to Vegas Battlefield. I'm going to this is Yahoo. Yahoo right now is 238 to 209, and Trump is going. Looks like Nevada may be going to Hillary. It was going towards Trump, but Arizona looks like Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan will be going to Trump. Let's check Fox News real quick.
Okay. So Yahoo was 238 to 209?
209, yeah. And Fox News predicts Trump wins Wisconsin and Iowa. So they have, of course, this is Fox, so they're going to be kind of leaning toward, Trump, although they have him at 254 to 209. So 16 away. So it looks like, and let's go to CNN, because CNN was the most reluctant to give shit away.
Right,
so and they're saying cliffhanger in projection. 232 to 209 for Trump there. So that's right around there. I would give it around 240 to Trump. 209 seems to be the
unanimous for Hillary, huh?
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that's definitely something on there. So it's most likely gonna be Donald Trump as the president of the fucking United
Next time we do another show, I
guess
Trump will be our president, huh?
Yeah, it may be, and we're gonna find out very soon. Yep. But we're not gonna find out during the show tonight. However, we will have this up. You'll know while this show is up. However, it's interesting to do this tonight. The anniversary show. 1 year, motherfucker. 1 year, and we're going to keep on rolling.
We're going
to keep on rolling. You know why? Because we have nothing to lose with this shit. Because it's nothing sacred, but nothing to lose. Because we ain't losing shit. We ain't got money invested. The only thing we got invested in this is our love for the hobby and our fucking love for hanging out and bullshitting and getting our ideas out. And if you like it, whoever's listening, thank you very much. We really appreciate anybody's support who's listening.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Anyways, that'll end it for the year. We're gonna keep on going, like I said. New day in America.
Yeah, America.
The water's gonna be shittier and everything's gonna be crazier. Whoever gets elected. Anyways, I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there. Bitches. Later on, motherfuckers.
G'days.
Yachts.